this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. Just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact.
Championship between this time neighbours and good close rivals and many relatives on both sides, O'Callaghan's Mills and Broadford. Broadford just up from the intermediate championship grade last year. I suppose for them it's a good way to build. There's no fear of relegation this year for any team that has won a championship in Clare, going from either Junior B to Junior A or Junior A to intermediate or intermediate senior. They're guaranteed a chance to develop. With me again is Patrick Kelly, Clare senior hurling goalie in the All-Ireland years. And Patrick, what do you make of today's game?
Yeah, I suppose when the draw was made a month ago down in Clare Abbey, this is the one game that stuck out, the one tie that stuck out with the real derby feel to it. I said there'll be plenty bite in this game. Both sides know each other very well. Some of these guys have played with each other at under 21 and underage level maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So look, this will be a real feisty affair, I have a feeling.
Yes. I suppose the big news probably from the game's perspective is that we won't be seeing Stefan McMahon, the Clare senior hurling pants, who's made a big impact. One probably, as Patrick said before the game, one of the stronger forwards and the fastest forwards in Clare hurling. He's out. How will that be for the men of Broadford?
I suppose, yes, Stefan McMahon, I watched him last year in intermediate final. I was very impressed with him, and as a result of that, on the back of that, he got into the Clare senior panel this year. He's a forward with serious potential, but I suppose I'm not sure the extent of the injury. I suppose they're probably keeping him for the next round with that in mind, and they probably don't want to risk him, so he's going to be a serious loss to that forward line. Like looking at that full forward line, that Shane Taylor, Whelan, and if he was there, like that's a really potent full forward line and as good as what you would get in the county. Like, so he's going to be a real big loss to Broadford today.
And as Broadford, as we know, they won the Intermediate Championship Cup a number of years ago. They were relegated, then they went back down to Intermediate, and they found it tough to get out for a couple of years. And they got over the line against the St Joseph Doer Bearfield team, who are still obviously trying to get to win Intermediate. So the intermediate grade is a good learning curve for a team that's wanting to make a progress. As Patrick says, a lot of, I suppose, youth, and for Broadford, they're positive they will be there for at least 2 years in senior championship. From the Mills perspective, who are we looking for today, Patrick, to make an impact?
Well, from looking at the Mills team, like they've serious experience in every line there. They're a seasoned team. I suppose this is probably the 4th or 5th year all these players have been together. I suppose last year they were probably slightly disappointed with the year they had. They had a good win over Tulla in the relegation final in the end, but I suppose Gary Cooney is their probably marquee forward. They'll be hoping big things from him. Obviously the experience of Conor Cooney at the back, Paddy Donlan in the half back line, Kieran Cooney, who I think was out last year with an injury all year, so he'll be looking to tear into things today. Like, so they've plenty of experience in every line, and they'll be looking to maybe to get back to where they were 2 years ago into quarter-final, semi-final stage. Broadford, as you mentioned, it took them a few years to get up, but like they have a load of hurlers too, and they'll be looking to have a good performance today and to get into a quarter-final or a semi-final of a championship as well. Like, both teams are similar in that they're young and they've plenty pace, plenty hurling, and with the derby side of things as well, there's going to be plenty bite in this game.
I suppose no more so than the first match we had today between Éire Óg and the Bridge. Éire Óg wanted to win this match. I don't think any of the two teams here tonight would want to go home to either Broadford or O'Callaghan's Mills having said that the neighbour beat them. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's definitely, like, even if you're playing a challenge game or a game in training, like, you don't want to lose, but especially to your neighbours, they'll all know each other, like, and they'll be going hammer and tongs to win this game and to get a good performance under their belts for the round 2 of this championship.
Yes, and it was just pointed out to me the local derby neighbours of this, over 30 of the of the two panels of the 16, well over half went to St. Joseph Secondary School, play together in schools hurling at junior and senior, and they also play together in amalgamations. So I suppose, Patrick, there's very little for either team to hide from the other.
No, yeah, as I said, they'll know each other very well. Like some of the Broadford lads could have went to school in Limerick, but as you said, most of them going to school in Tulla. Great work being done out there. Managed to see Paddy Donlan this year playing in the Harty game against Flannans. He was very impressive, and he's named at number 8, but he could be detailed to mark Gary Cooney there. He could be brought back cornerback for his pace to tie up Gary Cooney, but that remains to be seen.
Okay, in a word, we like to put you on the spot. Who will win this game?
I just think on the back of last year, 2 years ago, the Mills were in semi-final. Last year they were in a relegation final. I think the Mills will probably shade it by 2 or 3 points. They'll want to get back to where they were 2 years ago.
And thank you, Patrick. We'll talk to you again at half time, and now we'll be handing up to the Crow's Nest to Sean Chaplin and to
Thanks very much to Michael and Pat there for the introduction, and as Michael has said, I'm joined here by 2-time All-Ireland winner and manager of the Inagh Kilnamona team this year, having previously led Ballyea to the All-Ireland club final only a number of years ago, Fergal Hegarty. Fergal, you're very welcome to Clare GA TV today, and I suppose first of all just your thoughts on Broadford and O'Callaghan's Mills before we go through the teams.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, an interesting game in prospect. Broadford obviously coming up from intermediate, had a great win in the intermediate last year after a couple of years trying. The Mills, I suppose, had a disappointing year last year, having ran, Ballyea to a couple of points in the semi-final the previous year, and Ballyea went on to win it. So it'll be interesting to see how they recovered from that poor season last year when they ended up in the relegation final. So two neighbouring parishes would have played together at underage at times, so it'll be an interesting battle.
And I suppose one of the most interesting things we saw down here in front of us was a discussion between both sets of management in relation to the colour clashes that happened today. We're now seeing the Broadford team are turning their jerseys inside out, so the Mills are going to wear their traditional green, while Broadford will have their jerseys inside out for the duration of the game.
Yeah, I suppose that's not going to make our job too easy with the numbers. No, they're reverting back again now, so it'll be interesting to see both sets of jerseys very alike. Shorts are different, alright, but you'd imagine this could have been sorted out during the week, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah. So I suppose just to go through the teams for our viewers, first of all, we're going to start with Broadford. In goals is Cian O'Brien, a full back line of Cian Mulqueen, Owen Donlan and Darragh Whelan, half back line of Sean Phelan, Darren Chaplin and Cathal Chaplin, Paddy Donlan and Danny Redden in midfield, Padraig Taylor, Diarmid O'Brien and Diarmid Maloney is the half forward line, and Paul Maloney, Shane Taylor and Donny Whelan in the full forward line. And I suppose the most standing out part of that, Fergal, is Stefan McMahon is not available to play today, and he's replaced by Paul Maloney.
Yeah, huge loss obviously on the Clare panel this year, and going really well in Clare training from what I'm hearing before the lockdown, so he's a huge loss. They don't have maybe another marquee player like him. Donny Whelan performed very well in the intermediate final. Obviously the Chaplins are household names, great family tradition there. One to watch I think is Shane Taylor, great ball winner up front, has played for Clare at underage and that, and a lot of people felt that maybe he should have got an opportunity at senior, so he's one to watch.
And then the O'Callaghan's Mills team, starting with the goalie Killian Nugent, a full back line of Mike Cotter, Conor Cooney and Jerry Cooney, half back line Patrick Donlan, Aidan O'Gorman and Niall Donovan. In midfield will be Kieran Cooney and Conor Henry, half forward line Aidan Fall, Brian Donlan, who captains the team, and Jacob Lucknan, and inside you have Gary Cooney, Sean Cotter and Colin Crehan.
Yeah, obviously Gary Cooney is the standout player for the Mills, a really dangerous forward, has been excellent since he burst on the scene. Good backline there, the Cooneys, Conor and Jerry, very solid in the full backline, and obviously we all know about Patrick Donlan in the half backline. So a good solid look about the defence, and up front they'll be looking to Gary Cooney, but Brian Donlan is an experienced player, and Jacob Lucknan can take his scores and is a good free taker as well, and Colin Crehan is a guy that has great hands, and if he gets an opportunity, he knows where the posts are.
And I suppose just as we watch the teams go into their huddles, a first opportunity for two new sets of managements today. Jimmy Brown and Kieran Corcoran management team taking over from Tommy Howard, who led Broadford to the Intermediate Championship last year. And obviously Donald O'Donnell and Donald Cooney are coming into the middle setup, replacing Jim Lucknan, who's been there for the last number of years. Yeah,
look at new managements to the teams, but a lot of experience at the same time. Jimmy Brown has a lot of work done with Clare at underage and was involved with the last Clare senior regime, so he's a lot of experience, as has Kieran Corcoran, John Corcoran, these guys. Same with the Mills. I suppose one Donald Cooney is synonymous with the Mills hurling, and he'll bring a passion to it. So expect plenty of fireworks. I think they'll be well fired up for the game.
And just as the teams are in the huddles, we see that Broadford have turned their jerseys back inside out. They only turned them around for the photograph so they get the official team photo, but they will be playing in the jerseys turned inside out, and O'Callaghan's Mills will be in their typical green with the yellow sash. So Broadford now just taking their places as their goalie Cian O'Brien is heading down now on towards the Garda station end, towards the town end of Cusack Park, and they'll play down towards the old scoreboard in Aldi. And Fergal, I suppose, just before throw-in, for these two teams, I suppose, there's no, if you like, there's no threat of relegation this year. So, in a way, there's nothing to lose. The Mills, obviously, were very progressive 2 years ago, getting to a semi-final, and were disappointed to be in relegation last year, where Broadford are looking really to get that step up to senior ranks. And without the threat of relegation this year, it really gives them an opportunity to blood themselves into it with no pitfall at the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ideal for a team coming up from intermediate that there isn't that threat, as you said, of relegation. But look, at Broadford have been good at underage. Won under 21B last year, joined together with Smith O'Brien's a few years ago and won a minor A. So they're an ambitious club, albeit they've maybe a small pick. But they've been at senior before, and this they won't be overawed by playing senior. You know, a lot of good players, a lot of young players. So, but as you said, less pressure today. So let's hope for an open, fast game.
And Niall Malone now has the ball in his hand. He's just waiting for the O'Callaghan's Mills backs to take to their positions, and he's going to throw in the ball. Niall is assisted today by Rory McGann on one side and Chris Maguire, who ref the earlier match between Six Mile Bridge and Éire Óg. So, and we're underway. Broadford win the throw in straight away. It's Padraig Taylor on the attack. Padraig has a shot. First shot on target. Umpire goes for the white flag, and it's a point for Broadford straight from the off.
Super score there. He took it on himself, showed a lot of pace, and tricky win there, and it just struck it short in the grip. Great score.
So Killian Nugent is going short now, down back there towards Jerry Cooney. Jerry Cooney looking ahead, plays it down the wing, but it's Broadford to attack first down the sideline, and it's Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall has the ball for the O'Callaghan's Mills. He turns around, but he's bunched up as Broadford win possession back. Get it into the hands of Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid has a shot, but it's trailing off to the left as we look at it, and Killian Nugent will have another restart. Another fast restart towards Paddy Donlan. Paddy is intercepted though. Broadford have possession. They have the shot. Can they take advantage? Yes, they can. It's 2 points on the board now for Broadford. No score for O'Callaghan's Mills, and Broadford will be delighted with that start for
Great start. I suppose the short puck out there into the breeze. I don't think Pat Donlan expected it to come as quickly as it did, but a great turnover and great score. So
Killian Nugent goes long for the first time today, looking for his captain Brian Donlan down under the ball. Brian catches the ball, he passes it off, and Kieran Cooney delivers the ball in low. Ball ricocheting out. There's 1 against 4 at the moment. Broadford nipping in with the ball again as they play the ball out towards the wings. It's Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid has it again. He plays it into the corner, looking for Donny. Donny's set the Cusack Park alight in this corner during the intermediate final there last year. Has his first shot at today, but it's not going to travel across. It's gone to the near post, gone wide, and another opportunity for Broadford.
Yeah, it's very noticeable. There is a strong breeze favouring Broadford, but they're playing a very crisp style of hurling. Lovely ball into the forward line so far, but there is a strong breeze favouring Broadford.
Jerry Cooney again takes the short puck out as he looks to play it down the wing, but down under it was Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall gets his touch. Ball breaks. There looking for it again was Diarmuid, but he doesn't win possession. Going forward is number 22, Paul Maloney. Paul plays it into Brian Donlan. Brian Donlan has the ball in his hand. He leans back, has a shot. Is it going to carry? No. Drops short into Cian O'Brien's hands. Cian lines himself up, looks down the centre of the pitch and delivers it straight. Padraig Taylor has the ball. He looks in, straight in there inside towards the Mills full back line now. Conor Cooney has it in his hand, and Conor is looking up as he comes out, charging out with that ball. He looked for Paddy Donlan, but unfortunately the ball goes astray. In props the Broadford half forward. Ball in possession, 1 look at the post, straight over the bar, and it's 3 points to no score.
Great score again there by Diarmuid O'Brien. I think it was again a turnover. Like they're really up for Broadford. Very fast onto the break so far.
So here goes Killian Nugent again. He's coming down the stand side of the field this time. He's looking for Aidan Fall with his puck out, with the ball breaks. In there again, fastest. The Broadford lads fastest to react. Ball is with Diarmuid Maloney. Or actually Dermot O'Brien, sorry. Dermot has the shot, Dermot has the point, and another one registered for Broadford. Only 3.5 minutes nearly on the post, and we're 4 points to no score to Broadford.
Super sharp at Broadford. They're really up for it. They're going for everything, but they're playing a very smart brand of hurling, picking out their half forward line, and they're shooting from there then with the wind.
So down it goes towards Jacob Lucknan. Jacob puts up his hand, he gathers the ball, he's charging forward. Advantage being played by Niall Malone at the moment. He's going to get his shot off. Will it carry? Yes, first score of the game for O'Callaghan's Mills. Straight from the puck out. Great catch, Fergal, and great
Jacob
finish.
Lucknan is a real strong player, won his own ball and good pace and scored it well.
So here we are again now in possession with Padraig Taylor. Padraig looks for the crossfield ball, over it goes, but it's Conor Cooney that was there instead. Conor gets the ball in his possession, he loses it, it drifts out towards the sideline, and Rory McGann flags for a Broadford line ball and it's way in.
Yeah, and another example of the Broadford work rate there, great turnover. They're really up for it.
And there we go with a fast one again, straight into Dermot O'Brien. Dermot has another look at the post, and that could be another one registered for Dermot.
I think 3 points for Dermot O'Brien now, from a great hurling dynasty down there in Broadford. The O'Brien's another great score. He's drifting off his man there and picking up a lot of loose ball. I think the Mills will have to get on top of that.
Killian Nugent again with the long puck out, looking for his captain again now. It's going to drop short towards Jacob Lucknan. Jacob brings it down, but Darren Chaplin is there instead. Darren Chaplin with the ball, he looks up, finds his midfielder Denny Redden. Denny gives the ball back towards Cahill Chaplin. Cahill playing the ball in there as far as Dermot Maloney. Dermot playing the crossfield ball, but it's cut out by the O'Callaghan's Mills defence. They pick up the ball, looking for that runner. That runner appears in the form of Niall Donovan. Niall Donovan is attacking, crossfield ball over towards the corner. Two of the Broadford boys collide, but it still breaks back to them. Ball in the hands of, is it Brian Donlan? Has the shot, a great save there by O'Brien. It ricochets again, and we have our first goal of the day. So it's now 1-1 to 5 points, a big score for the Mills.
Super save there by O'Brien, but it just good follow up, good forward play, always follow the play in, one-handed back of the net, so that's a great score against the Breeze.
Cian Mulqueen takes the fast puck out and he looks down this side as he plays the ball. A great catch there, one look at the post, and is it going to go over the bar? Shane Taylor with the shot? No, it's not, it's going to tail off, and Shane is having a few words with his marker at this stage, but fast puck out by Killian, straight down onto Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan looking for Gary Cooney inside. Gary traps the ball in front of him, gets possession, slips in the first attempt but still holds it, looks for Jacob Lucknan. Jacob has a look at the post, the ball is going to hold in there. Broadford keeper comes off his line. Is it gone? Yes, the umpire waves his hands in the air. The ball has gone wide and it's going to be a puck out for Cian O'Brien now to start. So Fergal, I suppose the Mills will be very happy there. The last few minutes they've settled a bit. It's back to a point after that goal and the game is back on again for them.
Yeah, look, they were under a lot of pressure there. I think that you could say that goal came against the run of play completely because Broadford were on top all over the field. But just very noticeable how Broadford are using the ball with the wind. They're not just pumping it long aimlessly, they're playing it very short and then taking their shots when the shot is on. But the Mills will be happy at this stage because they're not really in the game. Great point by Jacob Lucknan there a while ago. I suppose Gary Cooney, the first ball he got there, just unfortunately for him, he slipped. The ground will be greasy, even though the pitch is in fantastic form. You've had a lot of rain all morning, so it's hard and it'll be slippy on top. So, but look at the signs are there that this is going to go right down to the wire.
And players just hold up at the minute while we have an injury on the pitch there after that ball going out wide. So Gary Cooney was the player in question that was down, I think. Gary is back in his feet and we're going to have a puck out from Cian O'Brien, and Cian is going to hurley up in the air, standing in the centre. Does this mean it's coming straight down? It more or less does, straight down on top of centre forward Dermot O'Brien. Dermot, who's the 3 points picked off already, but the O'Callaghan's Mills defence managed to swarm and the ball breaks loose and it's in the possession of Broadford at the moment, but down over that ball, down strong, nobody can pick it up at the moment. Ball picked up by Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall looks up to play that ball into the corner, he lets it run, the ball is cut out well as Sean Cotter tries to gain possession, but it's Cahill Chaplin that has it. Cahill plays the ball down the wing, finds his man. His man has one look and Dermot Maloney's attempt has gone over the bar. Great score by Dermot.
A brilliant score. No, but the use of the ball again from Chaplin all the way up there, instead of just lowering it down, he played the man 40 yards in front of him and a super score.
And we're just looking now at the moment. Conor Cooney, the very experienced Mills fullback, is down at the moment, so we're physio just coming in at the moment. Seems to be a nick, whether it's for it looks to be a nick around the eye, Fergal, I'd say, by the way that they're treating him.
But yeah, he was put under a lot of pressure there when he came out with the last ball. That's been a feature of the first half so far, the amount of pressure Broadford are putting on the man in possession. But Rocky's made it tough stuff. I'm sure he's putting back on the helmet. He'll be right as rain. No fear of him.
So with just 8 minutes and a quarter played, it's 1-1 to Collins Mills. It's 6 points to Broadford. Broadford are playing, I suppose, Fergal with a breeze, so they will be looking to have those couple of points hopefully ahead at the end of this first half.
There is a nice breeze there, so you definitely want to be 4 or 5 up with it. But look, they'll be happy so far. The first game up senior, and as I said, they look very lively, using the ball well. But definitely, you'd want to be 4 or 5 points up with that breeze.
So Connor takes his place back at full back, and he's been followed in by Shane Taylor, who's the Broadford full forward there today. And Killian Nugent looks up. He's going with a long puck out now to Reed Starters, looking for Jacob Lucknan again, but the wind is going to hold it up over there, and it's going to be in the hands of Padraig Taylor. Padraig Taylor looks in. He delivers it strong. Is it going to go all the way to Killian Nugent? Yes, it is. Killian is going to restart again, playing a ball towards Paddy, and Paddy has the ball. And down the field it goes from Aidan O'Gorman. Actually, Aidan plays it down, but it's no one in that corner. The ball travels out over the sideline, and Broadford are going to restart with a sideline cut over at the far side of the field.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of typified the difference between both teams. Broadford working the ball, shorter, whereas the Mills are trying to play it long into Gary Cooney or Jacob Lucknan, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. But that's a nameless ball now that is given Broadford the attacking options again now.
So Cahill Chaplin takes the sideline ball. He plays it down to the far corner. He's looking for Donny Whelan at the moment. It travels as far as Donny, but he runs out over it, and instead it's the Mills' Jerry Cooney who has possession. Jerry is twisting and turning, looking for an outlet. Eventually finds it, and into the corner it goes as we look to make their first attack. There it is in the hands of Sean Cotter. Sean takes his strike. The ball is travelling, looks to be inside the post. We'll watch for the umpire. He goes for the white flag, and now it's 6 points to 1-2, 10 minutes on the clock.
Lovely bit of pace or ability there by Sean Cotter. Flicked it inside and went after it again, and beautiful score.
Keane O'Brien goes with the fast one as far as Cahill Chaplin. Cahill catches it, delivers it into the corner again, looking for Donny's corner. There it is, caught by Donny. Will he get his strike off? He has got the strike off, staying on target. It does look like, no, the umpire is gone. It's just tailed off to the near post and gone wide as Killian starts us again. Niall Malone says it's too fast this time, and Killian's going to have to retake that. Always looking for the fast puck out, Killian.
Absolutely. He's a top class goalie. He's played for Clare in 21s. He's very comfortable on the puck out.
And there we are to Jerry Cooney again. He's gone short. Jerry looks for the low ball down the centre, down as far as Niall Dunn. Conor Henry has it. He passes it in as far as Gary. Gary has the ball. He goes looking for Sean Cotter again. Sean comes out first, but he's dispossessed. The ball in the hands of Owen Donlan. Owen has it. He looks for the crossfield ball into the hands of Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan looks. He finds his man as the overlap, short play overlap. Cahill Chaplin has the ball. He's going up the wing. Being followed by Kieran Cooney all the way. Dearman passes it over. One shot on. It's Danny Redden has the shot. Danny looks at the post straight over the bar, and a well worked score from Broadford.
Absolutely, again well worked. 3 men involved, very patient, and the last man is always standing and striking it. Great brand of hurling so far by Broadford.
Again, the second half we've started with a fast puck out. Down it comes, looking for Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall knocks it down straight to his captain. Brian Donlan has it. Brian takes the shot. It's going to hold up. It's going to hold. Who has it? It's inside with Owen Donlan, the full back. Owen Donlan has it. Gets hooked on his clearances. He gets it out as far as Padraig. Padraig passes the ball over, and coming out to receive it is Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid plays it over, and Donny Whelan has it now. Donny looks up, carries the ball, and he's looking up. The ball dispossessed. It's Paddy Donlan looking for the outlet of the pass from Sean Gorman, but instead he delivers it long, and Owen Donlan is there coming out again first ahead of Gary. Ball down as far as Sean Phelan. Sean Phelan drops the ball. Dispossessed Aidan Fall comes in to try and get it, but there's going to be a battle for possession here now, and Niall Malone sees a trip and a free out to Broadford.
Yeah, I'd say there could be a yellow card on the way there. Careless use of the hurley, I'd say, if he saw it. But yeah, I think there is. Jacob Lucknan will be lucky to get away with that one.
So yeah,
Niall actually, but I thought it was Jacob. There could be a case of mistaken identity there, but yeah, there was a clip of the hurley coming out. But Mills unlucky there, could have got a penalty there. There was a lot of holding when that last ball went into the square, but ref chose to ignore it. The Mills bench down here sideline were pretty irate, and it was a 50-50 one. Could have been a penalty, so living a bit dangerously in there. The Mills are going route one, and Broadford just need to be careful on those ones.
And I think it's Conor Henry actually that picked up the yellow card there in midfield. Conor caught for the trip that took place, and it's going to be a free in now for Sean Phelan. Sean Phelan is standing over the ball, settling himself. There is a good breeze, so there is a chance that this will carry the whole distance if he can connect correctly with it. The nod is given from Niall for him to go ahead whenever he likes. Distance is definitely there. Accuracy may not be in it. We watched the umpire. No, gone to the far post, gone wide, and Killian Nugent has an opportunity to start us off again. 13.5 minutes played, 1-2 to 7 points. Ball down, and Cathal Chaplin goes up with Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall breaks it down. He breaks it down as far as the man who just picked up his yellow card, Conor Henry, present in as far as Gary Cooney. Gary sees a push in the back on Gary as he went down over the ball, and it's probably the first scoreable free for the Mills today.
Soft free. I don't think there was any great danger there if he just stood him up and held his ground, but it definitely was a free. Just bumped into his back. But look at the Mills, they're only 2 points down, and Broadford have done all the hurling really, and this should put them only 1 point down. So that could be worrying for Broadford, having done all the hurling, and are only going to go be 1 point now coming up to the water break.
Opportunity for Colin Crean to register his score. He has it. Umpire goes for the white flag straight over the bar. 7 points to 1-3, and they're back to 1 point game. We've 14.5 minutes played, and we probably only have a minute or two of action before the new water break scheme comes in. So starting with a short puck out again, down as far as Sean Phelan has the ball, actually plays it into the centre. Great pass from Sean straight to that man Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid looks again. Has he another one? He has indeed.
He's having a field day here, but he's picking up great positions. He's coming short, but again a great ball worked out from the goalie. Again, no panic on the ball, and a great crossfield ball there, and look at put over the bar with ease. But they're going to have to put more pressure on Diarmuid O'Brien. He's doing too much damage.
2 Mills players go up for the one ball. Jacob Lugnan trying to catch it as Kieran Cooney was trying to pull it. The ball breaks instead, and it breaks as far as Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid has it, but he wins his line ball, and straight out comes Aidan Fall with a shoulder into him. Small bit of pushing and shoving. Niall Malone, the referee, is going to have just a quick chat, but I'm sure it'll be just to calm down and get on with the game. So it's going to start again now. You see Danny Redden just waiting for the call where he can commence with his line ball. He's placing the ball down, and I suppose it's obvious from Broadford's point of view, especially with the breeze, they nearly always have their 3 inside, Fergal.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at it. I think the way they're playing is very smart, working the ball well and taking the scores. But as I said, 1 point, it might not be enough with that breeze. But look, there's a good bit to go in the first half. Ball
breaks back as far as Redden again. He's coming up through the middle of the field. He evades one tackle, passes the ball off in. There it is again as far as O'Brien. Diarmuid has another shot. It's going to land in. Killian Nugent takes control of it. Looks up, passes the ball down the far side of the field, hoping for Jacob Lugnan to be there, but instead it's a 3-on-1 for Broadford. Ball picked up, and now all of a sudden there's going to be an opportunity there for Padraig Taylor. Ball goes into the middle, he's blocked down, picks it up again, and there's Sean Phelan gathering the ball, trying to break his tackle. He doesn't. He looks again, looks for Taylor running on, but the ball is dispossessed, and all of a sudden quick swivel of the hips by Aidan O'Gorman, and Aidan looks for that low ball in. Low ball delivered in as far as Owen Donnellan coming out to try and get possession. Owen has it. He looks back to his backs to the defence, and all of a sudden they work it out. 3-4 passes straight as far as Sean Phelan. Sean Phelan plays a crossfield ball, cut out very well there by the Mills defence, and they'll start to build they'll build another attack, starting with a free here now.
Yeah, I suppose one thing the Mills will be disappointed with, they're not getting Gary Cooney into the game. I think he just barred that free he won. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of ball going up to him, so I think they'll be hoping to rectify that.
And we see Padraig Taylor is down in front of us, I think, just holding his side at the moment, and Broadford really hoping with the start that he has made that he'll be fit to continue once he gets up.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that they're already down Stefan McMahon, so they don't need another injury at this stage.
So Paddy Donlan waits for Sean Taylor or Padraig Taylor to take his feet again, and Niall Malone to give the instructions so that we can start. Meanwhile, we see number 26, which is Cormac Murphy. Cormac is going into the full forward line for the Mills. He looks to be going straight in on top of Owen Donlan, and is it Colin Crehan coming off? I can't see at the moment at the far side of the field there, but you might keep an eye there, Fergal, to see who came off. It's Colin Crehan is off the team. Yeah, we play on, and the ball goes in as far as the new man in straight away. So Cormac Murphy straight in under the ball, pull back, push down, anything at all not to let him in, and it's going to be a free in, an easy score, as long as the referee didn't see any after stroke there where he might have
Yeah.
cost himself the free.
Yeah. Cormac Murphy's gone in there. Yeah, Colin Crehan, a bit unlucky, not a whole lot of ball went up to him. He's the free taker, so I know Jacob Lucknan can hit those. But young Murphy is a good young player, a very lively forward. So he's a very young player. I think he's only minor or maybe out of minor, but I think he'll add a bit of pace. They seem to be, the Broadford probably working the ball out too easily. So maybe that's trying to rectify that.
And it's Jacob Lucknan that is standing over the free. Jacob taking over from Colin Crehan, who scored the first one. Straight between the posts, easy tap over for him, and all of a sudden it's 1-5 to 8 points, 18 and a half minutes played as we head towards the water break now for the next minute or two. The Mills will be delighted to be getting in level at this stage of the game.
It's you'd wonder how they've got so close, because Broadford have done all the hurling as far as I can see, but hurling's a funny game. The goal could prove to be crucial. Came totally against the run of play at that stage. The Mills had only a point on the board, but the scoreline doesn't lie. So I think Broadford will need to push on now for the next 15 minutes, and certainly they'd need to be a few points up at half time, I feel.
And watching, it's obvious in the last couple of minutes that the Mills have, against the breeze, started to suck themselves back. They're trying to cut out that space that the likes of Diarmuid O'Brien have been finding in front of the post, so the Broadford aren't getting the same opportunities they were in the first 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think the Mills, the goalkeeper, Nugent, he's hitting lovely puck outs, but they're tending then just to drive it as far as they can, and they're early on certainly, and hitting it back up to the Broadford defenders who are working the ball out very well. But it's noticeable there in the last few times now the Mills are trying to work the ball a bit better, and that certainly might pay dividends now.
And that goal, as you said, came against the run of the play. It came from a very good stop by Cian O'Brien in the first place, but quickest to react were the Mills forwards. They got in fast, they got the flick, they got the goal, and really it settles them into the game, and it gives them a platform now with just when we restart, there'll be about 12 minutes to play in the game to really put themselves in a good position with the breeze to come in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. As they were struggling to get anything at that stage, they weren't even getting the ball up into the full forward line. As I said, they'll be disappointed. Gary Cooney, through no fault of his own, they just haven't been able to get the ball to him. So that goal was a great tonic. Gave him a good platform, as you say. But I think these water breaks at the moment, they're tending, I think, to go on too long. I think the directive was that it'd be just 1 minute and straight get water back on, but they're turning into sort of team talks, and it takes the momentum from the team that's going well. So I think this might be necessarily good for Broadford now, having started so well, and I think it's something the GA might need to look at. I don't personally think there's any great need for these water breaks, but again, that's for higher authorities to have a look at. But so far, I don't think they're working that well.
And it is obvious, I suppose, that on both occasions, as you say, today, as we've seen in Cusack Park, the referee has nearly had to call the teams back onto the field. That they're not just going to get water; they are actually having a chat. It's a mini half time.
Yeah,
nearly,
I think
if you
so.
like.
I think if the water was left somewhere that the management wouldn't be able to get towards the players, it might help.
So puck out taken now as we restart there after the water break. First shot in, it goes in from Donny. Not from Donny Whelan, but from Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid has the shot, and the ball is in Cillian Nugent's hand. Cillian's looking for that short puck out, coming again as far as Jerry Cooney. Jerry has the ball coming straight down the wing. A familiar pattern nearly to the puck outs as they are at the moment, and Sean Phelan is down over. Sean passes the ball into the centre, but it's intercepted there by the new man in, Cormac Murphy. Cormac passes the ball out as far as Conor Henry. Conor Henry, he's been packed up, and Brian Donlan comes to his assistance. Brian kicks the ball out in front of him, tries to get down over it, loses possession. The ball breaks behind, and there behind is Paddy Donlan. Paddy plays the ball up the wing. He's looking for Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid has loads of time to take possession, steady himself, one look at the posts, and unfortunately for him, it just doesn't come around enough, and the ball trails off to the wide.
Poor wide there, well worked again though.
So we start again with our puck out, and he might get a second opportunity. He balances himself again. Diarmuid does. Diarmuid passes it over here. Possession is in the hands now of Broadford again. A nice little pass straight out as far as Shane Taylor. Shane has a look, but it doesn't look like it's going to come inside the post. Yeah. No, it doesn't. That's two good opportunities again for Fergal on the restart.
Exactly. I think they might rue those misses again. Well worked, but just the last shot was just unfortunately went wide.
So we go short. Conor Cooney's attempted clearance is blocked, and straight away in comes that man, that centre forward, Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid gets it a far, but a shot from a long distance out, easily dealt with a keeper of the class, I suppose, of Killian Nugent.
That should have been tapped over. You wouldn't beat a goalie like of Nugent's ability from that distance. Any goalie, really, that should have been tapped over. If he wanted to go for a goal, he had to bring it in further. And that's three great point scoring opportunities gone a begging now for Broadford.
And in the aftermath, bit of frustration for Broadford through the hurley as the Mills were trying to clear it and hand it over the free. So straight away, but Killian Nugent's long clearance doesn't find anyone but a Broadford half back line. In nips Henry again, Conor Henry in possession. He looks back. Doubled on the ball, but it comes only as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy plays it in inside towards Doney. Doney gets down over that ball again, keeps possession. He has men outside if he wants them. He doesn't choose to use them. A great block down inside by the Mills. A chop down then on Jerry Cooney. Jerry wins the free, and it's going to be a free out for the Mills from that play.
But Broadford just beginning to panic a bit now, taking on silly shots. That ball should have been just recycled out, and then the man in possession would have been standing hitting the ball like they did early on in the game. So a little bit of anxiousness creeping into the Broadford play at the moment.
So Conor Cooney has the ball, but he decides to leave it down, and it's going to go to Killian Nugent instead. So Killian is looking for the fast option, but instead decides to settle himself, place the ball, look down the field, watches for the runner. Gary Cooney makes a run towards the corner. He's probably arrived just that second too early, and all of a sudden the ball is broken up inside there, and it's Diarmuid Maloney that was inside looking for the ball. Gary is still fighting away. Niall Malone calls for a pull of a jersey, and under great pressure it's going to be a free into Collins Mills.
Yeah, look, I didn't see a whole lot in that unless the jersey was pulled. I thought the tackled him fairly well, but referee obviously saw a tug in the jersey, so tough free now, but Jacob hands, good hands, so we'll see how he'll get on with this free.
So it's a third opportunity to register a free from the first half for O'Callaghan's Mills. So we watch the strike from Jacob. It's travelling in straight through the post, no question about it. Another score on the board, and now that puts the Mills up to 1-5. So 1-5 to 8 points at the moment. Ball in the hand of Cian O'Brien, and he's going to look short himself. He's looking for that centre forward again. Back down to Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid steadies himself after a great catch. He has the distance. He has the accuracy. Another great score by Diarmuid O'Brien.
He's having the game of his life. A super score. Great catch, but a brilliant puck out right into his hand. Turned and off his right hand side this time. I think he's got all the previous points off his left, and a great point.
So puck out is coming down towards Jason. Jacob is up under it. Jacob tries to contest. He's been held back a small bit, but the Broadford defence get away with it as they break away with that possession again. It's a good hook into the middle of the melee, and all of a sudden Jacob has it again. Jacob gets half hooked, ball back, and Darren Chaplin is in the right position at the right time, catches the ball, looks down the wing, tries to deliver it down there as far as Shane Taylor. Shane has the ball. He's going to play it across. Lovely ball over into the middle of the field, but unfortunately they just went with the hurley instead of the hand, and it was cut out by Conor Henry, and Conor delivers the ball down to where there is Jacob Lucknan. Jacob has it. There's an overlap if he can make it out, but there isn't. Broadford quick to swarm back, take possession, and they're looking to work it out from there in now as a moment. Down on the in line, it breaks again here in the Mills. They're attacking. Good crossfield ball looking for Gary Cooney. Gary's coming out now towards the 21-yard line, takes possession in his hand, comes outside the 21, tries to make that angle, gets his shot off, but it's going to trail right across the face of goals and gone wide.
Yeah, good pressure, but there was a great chance there a minute ago if Jacob Lucknan had executed the hand pass. There was a man clear inside, so a chance gone a begging there for the Mills.
So we've quick restart again as we go looking for Taylor. Taylor has the possession. He plays the overlap, and he's Padraig Taylor with possession. Padraig runs in. He's caught for charging. Put the head down, charged into Paddy Donlan, and a free out for the Mills.
Just a bit unlucky there, stumbled, but a beautiful flick there by Shane Taylor before that. I suppose you can see the stamp of Jimmy Brown all over this team. You know, the sharp passing and using the ball well. So look, Broadford, they might even do as well into the breeze if there might be more space up there in the second half with the style of play they're playing.
And we see the man that was deemed not fit enough to start in the match, Stefan McMahon. Stefan is after going in place of Donny Whelan, so he mightn't have been available for 60 minutes, but he's definitely going to take part in about 35 of them. Broadford cut out that free, and it goes down. Paddy Donlan gets scared first. Paddy has the ball, looks up, delivers that ball in front of his full forward line again, but Owen Donlan is coming out. Owen has possession, wins his free for a high tackle, and it's going to be a free out and an easy chance to relieve pressure.
Yeah, you'd have to say the Broadford half-back line are really on top there. They're attacking the ball, and then their use of the ball is excellent. So that's a big plus for Broadford.
So Cahill Chaplin standing over the ball now at the moment, so Cahill is looking inside. He has two options in his full forward line if he wants them. Instead he looks to be going directly in on the edge of the square. High ball in, two of them up under the one ball, and it breaks down to Rocky. Conor Cooney has it. Conor looks outside. He finds Jerry Cooney. Jerry has it. Jerry is carrying the ball out. Quick pass there as far as centre back over to Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan has the ball. He's looking now as far as Niall Donovan. Niall Donovan plays the ball down the wing. Down it comes as far as Jacob Lucknan. Jacob plays the ball in towards the centre as far as Henry. Henry's cut out by Darren Chaplin. Darren Chaplin with possession, breaking forward. Advantage being given. No advantage there, says Niall Malone, and back we come for a free to Broadford.
Yeah, it's getting lively here on the sideline, but yeah, look at again Broadford. They're winning a lot of these 50-50s, and you know, maybe the last free he could have been better served playing it out to the side. There was a good run made there, but I suppose this one is within range, and he'll have a pot.
Just inside his own 65-yard line, Cahill Chaplin lines it up. He's steadying himself as if he's going to have a chance for it. We watch him bend, lifting, strikes the ball, gets his extra metre or two in the lift. It's over the black spot though, it's straight over the bar.
Great score, they kept it down, and great score, never in doubt.
So here we are, we've got 29 minutes on the clock. It's 10 points to 1-5, but we will have 3 or 4 minutes to play because of that water break. Puck out coming again from Killian. Killian plays it down, and as Paddy Donlan comes to attack, it's gone as far as to Podrick. Podrick had the ball, but he passes it over now as far as Shane Taylor. Shane is looking for the ball. Ball is breaking. There's a but no one able to win possession on the ground. 2, 3, 4 people from both teams inside, and all of a sudden it is Broadford who pick up the ball. They have it. It was a block down again by Jacob Lucknan. Block down over on the sideline. Quick pull of the ball, trying to get it in, but it's going to travel too far out over the sideline, and we're going to restart with Killian Nugent.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this puck out. Yeah, 3 additional minutes, but I think Broadford try and force him go along now and win it from there.
So here comes Killian Nugent lining up that puck out. He's gone down that far side of the field again. He's looking for that ball to break around Jacob Lucknan. It does break, but it's Broadford who get the flick on it, and Gary Cooney all of a sudden shows up. Gary has possession, looks to play it back as far as his centre back Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan plays it in here, and a low ball down in front of the Mills full forward line. Out to it first, Owen Donlan trying to hold up his man all the time. Ball breaks, Owen has it again, but he doesn't win possession. Back in behind him was Danny Redden. A millie occurs roughly 21 metres out, straight in front of the goals. Very important ball. Who's going to win this one? Broadford have it in their hands. Free man out here in front if they can work it out as far as Podrick Taylor. Podrick is roaring for it, but they don't need to find him a free out. Good solid defending there from Broadford.
Yeah, look at, as I said, the Broadford, particularly their half back line are on top, and even their full back line. Again, Gary Cooney isn't getting on the ball as much as they would like. His brother is doing okay there in the middle of the field, all right. They look very alike. But I think Broadford will be happy at this stage.
So Cahill Chaplin standing over his third free in the last few minutes, delivers it down long, but it's cut out, but it's only cut out as far as in slides Paddy Donlan. Paddy goes to ground, tries to win the ball, gets pushed, and now has a free out. So good, well experienced played by Paddy.
Yeah, he used all his experience there. I think, you know, he knew the free, if he played for it, he would have got it, and he got it.
So we see Aidan O'Gorman now lining up. Aidan is putting the ball down as he looks ahead. He's looking for some movement. None happening at the moment for him. And he stands and waits as very, very still forward line inside Fergal at the moment. He's no real option but to deliver it into the corner.
Good opportunity now for Gary Cooney.
Ball breaks behind. Cahill Chaplin goes back, but instead it's Sean Redden wins it, and he passes it out there as far as Dara Whelan. Dara delivers it down towards the man who's just on, Stefan McMahon. Stefan, who lit up the intermediate championship last year with his displays, gets his first shot at senior action this year, but it's trailed off across the goals and gone wide.
Yeah, he won a great ball there. Was probably too anxious to take on the shot. It wasn't really on from there.
Out to Jerry Cooney again. Jerry gets the ball, he delivers it long as far as the corner, and Sean Phelan is being called there for hand around the neck as he jumped up, and a good free one there. Sean Cotter strong in front and waited for the man to come.
Absolutely, but Phelan has played really well there, wing back, very solid, very strong, and using the ball well, but it definitely was a free. I think he climbed on him.
So Jacob now has his next opportunity again to line up his free. Here we are, 32 and a half minutes played. It's 1-5 to 10 points. Opportunity here to bring it back to 1. Niall Malone, I suppose, indicated that we were going to have 3 minutes of additional time, so this may be the last opportunity to have, Fergal. And he fails to rise it. Looks quick. He tries for the quick pull. Doesn't come off. Instead, it's Darren Chaplin who has possession. Darren trying to work it out. Drops the ball out of his hand. Kicks it in front of him. Out towards the sideline. Chased by 3 O'Callaghan's Mills players. And Chris Maguire's flag has gone up. He stepped out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball in for the Mills, and possibly one more opportunity for them to try and register.
Good pressure by the Mills forwards, but look at it. I suppose it's tough on Jacob, but you have to be taking those chances. Give yourself a chance anyway. So that was definitely a miss for the Mills there. Good scoring opportunity from free.
So Brian Donlan is looking for options. He's lining himself up. He's asking for somebody to make the run. So they do make that run for him. Ball into the hand of the substitute Cormac Murphy. Cormac takes his shot. It's drifting across the goals. It's gone wide, and there we are with 33 and a half minutes played. 10 points to 1-5. Niall Malone's hand is in the air. He's taken possession of the ball. Half time is called. 2 points with this Fergal, or I suppose with this win, Fergal. Yeah. There's an opportunity with all the possession that Broadford have. They're still going to have a lot of hurling to do in the second half.
They are. Look, it is a strong breeze. You wouldn't realise it unless you're down on pitch side. But I think it might. You never know. Broadford, they're working the ball so well that the breeze mightn't be as much of a factor to them. But having said that, Gary Cooney hasn't been really in the game. There hasn't been much ball played into him. You'd expect that to change now, and we know how dangerous he is. Now, a plus for Broadford is the fact that Stefan McMahon is on. They missed 3 great opportunities of points after the water break there, so there could be a bit more, could be further ahead. So at this stage, I think Broadford, they put themselves in a great position. So it's all to play for.
It's obvious, I suppose, from a possession point of view, that Broadford really have dominated in a way this first half. They've created a lot of opportunities, but as you say, unfortunately, they haven't.
We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. Just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact. Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year, and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck.
Broadford forwards seem to be very busy. Their movements is very impressive. Darren Malone there is moving around, but the Mills will be happy. They're kind of living off scraps, living off a few frees, but they're in the game, and look, the second half will be lively.
I suppose, Joe, before we talk about shop with you, what you make of the performance today of the two sides?
I should look at it's that's enough for neighbouring clubs, a tough hard performance. Again, as Patrick said there, Broadford had probably had a few more chances. If they'd scored and maybe we'd be out of sight. It's not going to be easy for the Mills, I can tell you at this stage. Broadford are hurling well, they're nice and lively around the field, and if they continue with their hurling, they'll be very hard to beat.
I suppose a bit of an issue here with the jerseys, probably not the greatest for spectators. I suppose maybe there was there what happened beforehand, I wonder.
Actually, look, I suppose no one talks about the jerseys, and unfortunately, I believe they toss to know who turned the jerseys inside out, and unfortunately, Broadford lost the toss, so they turned the jerseys inside out. Again, it was probably something they should have tossed before the game, as everyone is well aware. The Mills and Broadford, their jerseys are very much alike, but look, it's not affecting Broadford's display. In fairness, they're hurling well, and that's all they'll be worried about.
I suppose, Patrick, from the Mills' perspective now, as we said there before, they looked as if the game was over for their perspective for after 10 minutes. They've rallied, they've, as you said, lived off scraps. What can they do now in the second half with the breeze? Or what would they do wrong? I suppose, like we watched in the first match, everyone thought that the Aero were going to come strong, and they didn't come strong. What could go wrong now for the Mills, even though they think they have the breeze?
I think the elements have picked up from the Aero, and they're a lot stronger now in this game, but I think they need to get the ball into Gary, get Gary on the ball. He's been on the ball a few times, but the defender has done well. He's kept him outside him, but they need to get Gary on the ball. Jacob McLean is winning a bit of ball. He's won a few frees, but then, like, the loss of Colin Crahan now gone off, he's a big loss. But look, I think the Mills will have plenty of experience to get back into this game, and I think the big players like Paddy Donnelly and Conor Cooney, they need to come to the fore now and show experience and leadership from the back, and really drive things on for the Mills if they're to get over the line today.
I suppose Jacob McNairn is his key player for me. I suppose he was very unfortunate with the free. He had probably so much time to think about it. But for me, he's one of the stronger players in the Mills. I suppose for him now, he's going to become a target man. Maybe would they push him further into the square with the breeze, you think, or will he?
In the first half, young Nugent in the goal was picking out Jerry Cooney a lot. He probably picked him out 4 or 5 times. That was a tactic they were definitely doing, and Jerry was driving the ball up this flank. But I think Nugent has a good long puck out, so they'll probably target Jacob with the ball, and Gary to get on the break, or even he'll try to bypass Jacob and get the ball all the way into Gary, and they'll try to reap the rewards off that.
I suppose for both sides, Joe, it's a derby game. I know a lot of people were saying these games don't matter, but as we said in the preview before the game, neither team will want to come second today.
Actually, look, it's a derby game. All championship games are important games, and everyone wants to win a championship game when they go out playing a championship. And it's an important game, because if you win the game, you're going into the winners' pot. If we lose the game, you're going into the losers' pot. And that's enough. The winners will have more confidence in 2 weeks' time, and that's where everyone wants to go, is into the winners' pot. But again, the Breeze won't win the game for you. You have to go and win the game yourself. And I can tell you now, Michael, that O'Callaghan Mills will have to improve in their hurling, the Christian speed around the field, and that they'll speed up everything if they want to win this game. Broadford, as I said, are hurling very well at the moment, and the Mills will really have to come out strong in the second half if they are going to be an opportunity of winning the game.
I suppose, Joe, I suppose with your county board hat on now, I suppose it's a difficult championship to organise. People feel that as if somehow the GA were keeping people out of grounds, but it was a government. We're living by the government rules now. 200 people in. All the grounds have been exceptionally well prepared this week. I suppose is there any way to mention, I suppose, thank all the clubs who are dealing in difficult circumstances, even down to under 10 and under 12 and under 14 games.
First of all, Michael, we never thought we'd see the day we'd have to play games behind closed doors. It was a thing. I was not in favour of playing games behind closed doors, but unfortunately, with the guidelines was put to us over the last couple of weeks, we were left with no option either not to go ahead with the championships or play them behind closed doors. I want to, like what you said, I want to compliment all the clubs throughout the county who have their facilities in fantastic shape, their signage up, meeting the guidelines, and I want to compliment them all on that. I also want to compliment our own officers and the stewards here in Cusack Park, and also the grounds people here in Cusack Park. The place is simply fantastic. It's a credit to everyone, and also my county board officers who are doing a Trojan job to get our championships played in 2020. It's not going to be easy, but we hope to achieve getting all our championships played in 2020. Hopefully not behind closed doors, but if it comes to that, we'll be left with no choice.
I think we better get off the pitch soon, Joe.
Welcome back to the second half, as Broadford are just taking their positions now again into it. So here we go, 10 points to 1-5, a 2-point lead. The Mills will be starting with the breeze at their backs of the second half, and they'll be hoping to make as positive a start as Broadford did during their first half. So we're just waiting for all players to take their positions. But Fergal, I suppose the Mills will really be looking to stamp their authority now with the breeze at their back over the next few minutes.
Absolutely. If a couple of points down, they're back in it with the breeze then, and obviously get the ball into Gary Cooney and try and get a score, and a goal could be a big score in this game yet. So the ball is thrown in there between Danny Redden and Gary Cooney, as we say, who's now featuring in midfield, but it's going to break in here as far as Shane Taylor. Shane is coming out to win the ball, but it breaks behind. Does it stay in play? It does indeed, says Rory McGann, and play on
is the instructions back as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan whips on that ball first time. In it comes as far as the Broadford half back liner there again though to cut it out as Keane Mulqueen that time. Keane delivers the ball over and Broadford steady for the shot. Take that opportunity, and it is they who register the first score of the game.
Super score again, well worked and great strike into the breeze there.
So Padraig Taylor with that strike for Broadford as now we'll see what Killian Nugent can do. So with the breeze at his back, he's nearly hitting Gary Cooney. Gary gets a push in the back, a nice easy free, and all of a sudden it's going to be a free in now for the Mills, and they're going to knock that score. The Broadford just worked so hard for out the back.
Yeah, look, he was just a bit unlucky. I think he just kind of almost fell in on top of him, but look at the way it had to be given as a free, but a bit unlucky. I don't know if it's a ticking or a yellow card, but it'd be very harsh if it was a yellow card.
So it looks like Niall is doing some writing. He is going to the pocket. It's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card received by Dara Whelan. Dara, who, as Fergal says, just nearly ran up into the back of Gary Cooney as he was coming for that puck out. It delivers Jacob Lucknan with an opportunity to, I suppose, register his first score of the second half and atone for that free just before half time. So
yeah, I think the yellow card was for persistent fouling. I think that might have been the third free he gave away. So I suppose that's why the yellow card came. Individually, it was a harsh one, but collectively, I suppose it had to be given.
Broadford work is short again there as far as Cathal Chaplin. Cathal is looking for his runner, Dara Whelan, up ahead of him. Dara's moving on to the ball, tries to get over, gets a shoulder, the ball breaks out over the sideline off a Mills player. It's going to be a Broadford side, or no, it's going to be actually a Mills sideline ball, sorry. Paddy Donlan has taken possession of the sliotar and he's going to look to deliver it.
Yeah, the Mills are definitely putting more pressure on this short game that Broadford are trying to play. Definitely so far in the second half, more intense from the Mills.
So here we go with Paddy Donlan standing over the line ball. He's going to try and avoid Darren Chaplin in the middle, who's the free man. The ball goes out over everybody's head though, and back there again is Keane Mulqueen. Keane picks up the ball and he looks for Padraig Taylor. Padraig steadies himself, delivers that ball in as far as Stefan McMahon, introduced 5 minutes or so just before half time, has one shot and here's his second one. It's going to hold up by the looks of things. Killian Nugent well secure under that ball. Gets a free out for what could only be possibly a square ball, I would imagine, because there didn't seem to be much foul in Fergal.
Yeah, it was a difficult ball for the forwards. I think Stefan, might have been better served to play it lower across the 21 or take it on further himself.
So a long free down again from Killian Nugent. He's looking for Brian Donlan. Brian bats the ball on him in towards the full forward line, and inside Sean Cotter receives possession. Sean delivers the ball out as far as his midfielder Conor Henry. Conor takes the shot over the bar, and now it's 11 points to 1-7, and we're back to 1 point game. 3.5 minutes played in the second half.
Yeah, definitely a bit more life about the Mills in this half. Good support play there and getting up to support the full forward line.
So Broadford are following the trend of the Mills in the first half. Sharp puck out there as far as Sean Whelan. Sean Phelan is charging up the wing, being charged, followed by Brian Donlan all the time. Sean hand passes the ball up in front of him, but wasn't being expected by Dermot Maloney, and the ball goes out over the line. A line ball for the Mills.
Yeah, again a bit more pressure on the man in possession from the Mills, so they'll be very happy with the start of the second half. Seem to be a lot more up for it now than they were earlier on.
So long ball back in again now here in towards the centre. Sean Fee gets his hand on it, Danny Redden taps it down, ball breaks into the centre. Who's going to be first to react? Mills have possession as they work the ball up here into Gary Cooney's corner. Gary is trying to get out there in front of Whelan again. Dearman was following him, but Gary wins possession. He tries to use the breeze to get the distance. The ball does travel far enough, but the accuracy just isn't there.
Yeah, good pressure on him there. They forced him out the field, and he was striking it off his back foot. So good cornerback play there. He's on a yellow card now, so he needs to be careful, but he defended that very well.
Keane O'Brien looking for his options, and he's decided he's going to go in here into the centre. Long ball out there now as far as Sean Phelan. Sean Phelan wins possession, and he looks for Dermot O'Brien. Dermot O'Brien wins it, puts that ball into the corner. It's caught by Stefan. Stefan comes back onto his side, straight in front of the goal. Third shot at the target, first to register a score, and it's 12 points to 1-7.
Yeah, Stefan has looked very sharp since he's come on. That's his third possession, and unlucky with 2 before that, but lovely turn, and he's real good hands, good score.
Long puck out again from Killian Nugent, down onto the 21. O'Donnell, the fullback, comes out to bat it. It breaks in behind where Gary Cooney was waiting, but just doesn't come right for him. Ball instead with Sean Cotter. Sean Cotter passes it back, and the shot is coming in from Aidan Fall. He gets half hooked. Ball goes in as far as Keane O'Brien. Keane O'Brien picks it up, looks for his options outside him, delivers that ball out there now as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan wins possession. He brings the ball over as far as Danny Redden. Danny looking inside all the time. He's been tracked by Brian Donlan as he solos up that wing, looking for that pass off there as far as Maloney. Maloney fouls though. It's going to be a free out. Paddy Donlan goes down, and again I think Paddy used a small bit of experience to win that one.
A bit of cuteness there. I think played for the free and got it. But again, Dermot O'Brien is getting on a lot of ball there, so I think O'Gorman will have to get a lot tighter on him. He set up that last score there for Stefan, so that's something that I think I thought they might have made a move there. Dermot got 4 if not 5 points in the first half. I thought Pat Donlan might go in centre back, but it'll remain to be seen how that'll develop. But certainly they need to get tighter on him.
So Jacob Lucknan is standing over it. He's about 55 yards or so, 50 yards from his own goals as he takes it. He has the distance, never really got behind it though in terms of the accuracy, and the ball trails harmlessly out wide. Quick puck out again to start, so he goes over. He is looking for Sean Phelan again. Sean Phelan's wing. He gets the ball there as far as Padraig Taylor. Padraig Taylor gives a crossfield ball. Shane Taylor is coming out to win it. Shane steadies himself, gives the ball into the centre. Won there by Dermot Maloney. Dermot has a look at the target, takes the shot, but he just doesn't have the accuracy on this occasion and trails wide.
A great move again. Really good use of possession, but unlucky that the final product didn't come off.
So it's Padraig Taylor now. Padraig has the ball. He gets the ball back as far as Dermot O'Brien. Dermot steadies himself, gets the ball in there towards the centre, and here they come towards Shane Taylor again. Shane slips, loses his hurley, and Paddy Donnelly comes in. Paddy has the possession. He's looking ahead of himself, plays the ball down that wing, looking for Gary Cooney all the time into Gary's corner. Gary lets the ball beat him, gets possession, slips as he does, but he gets himself back, tries to make the curve. Dermot Whelan slips, allowing Gary to steady himself, looks at the post, but unfortunately doesn't come in for him.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that one. Got a reprieve there after slipping, and then the cornerback kind of slipped. So but Broadford might have to think of a move there. Being on a yellow card isn't ideal when you're marking a player of Gary's calibre.
Sharp puck out is cut out by Cormac Murphy. Cormac tries to get his shot off, but he's blocked by Cathal Chaplin. Ball breaks to Darren. Darren gets the ball, he delivers it long. He's looking down here as far as Shane Taylor, but instead it's the Mills half-back line that are under that ball, playing that up as far as Aidan Fall. Aidan has the ball, he's going to take him on, he's going straight through the centre. He's looking for the overlap at the moment. Can he get the pass off? He does. It's a one-on-one situation. Goal! Bottom corner of the net. Sean Cotter with a great finish.
Yeah, great run by Fall though, really took it on. Great big strong man, he had a good first half as well, and got in. It looked to have ran out of road, but held his composure. Good pass inside, and gave the goalie had no chance then from Cotter, but it was a good finish. They can be missed as well, so look at it's a big score in this match.
So 8 minutes and about 10 seconds gone. It's 2-7 to 12 points all of a sudden in the second half. So for the first time the Mills take the lead as the ball breaks again there as far as Conor Henry. Conor Henry works the ball back. A long shot there from centre back Aidan O'Gorman, but it's not got he's got plenty of distance, no accuracy though, and it's going to be a restart again for Keane O'Brien.
The full forward line won't thank you for that. That's a Holy Mary shot, and particularly when they had got the goal, they could have a chance there to build on that by putting a bit of pressure on the full back line. So really a shot or a ball that should have been played into the full forward line.
Substitution coming now on the Broadford team. It looks like Danny Redden is making his way, and possibly Davy Boland is after coming on. So Danny Redden, as we start with a quick puck out. Keane O'Brien wasn't waiting for Danny to get off the field, and all of a sudden game is on down into the inside line where Shane Taylor was trying to come out and attack that ball, but he doesn't win possession. Instead it's the Mills working that ball out again. Out it comes towards Gary Cooney's corner. Gary trying to get under it. Being well marshalled there by Dermot Whelan. Cathal Chaplin comes in, the ball goes off Cooney out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball to Broadford to relieve the pressure.
Yeah, look, it wasn't a great ball down to him, I suppose, but again, good defending by Broadford, but they're just Broadford under pressure now. They're not getting a whole lot of ball up the field. Mills half back line, particularly Pat Donlan, has stormed into the game there.
So here comes the line ball now from Cathal Chaplin. Cathal cuts it right up to the corner, but there is nobody there waiting for it from a Broadford point of view, but instead it's the O'Callaghan's Mills players who win possession. They put it down, and in it goes as far as the goal scorer there just a few minutes ago, Sean Cotter. breaks loose as far as Diarmuid Whelan, though. Diarmuid gets it. He's looking for Davy Boland, the substitute that's just come in. Davy delivers the ball down straight, down into the inside forward line, and waiting to win possession inside, but Paddy Donlan picks it up instead. Paddy delivers a long ball down, looking for Gary Cooney again. Now Gary holds it up, he beats his man. Diarmuid gets caught on the turn, or sorry, Dara gets caught on the turn. Dara Whelan, the cornerback. Diarmuid obviously he's on the substitute benches, but it's Dara Whelan already on the yellow card. Caught Gary as he turned, and another opportunity for Jacob to register a free.
Yeah, look, Gary played it very well. Wasn't much in it, but I suppose it was a free. But he rolled his man, and then when he went down, the referee had no option. But I think Broadford are going to have to look at making a change there on a yellow, giving away a free. The referee will be watching that one.
Jacob takes his opportunity just inside the post, but it doesn't matter once it's inside. And now it's 2-8, 14 points to 12 for Broadford. 10 and nearly 11 minutes played. Broadford restart us with a ball which straight down into the half back line again. We're into looking for Gary Cooney's corner, but instead they only find Keane Mulqueen. Keane looks for the ball. He plays it in here towards the centre. The run is coming off there from Paddy Donlan. Paddy's charging forward with it, but he turns possession over. Gary Cooney has it. Gary steadies himself, gets blocked down by Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid, and a trip coming in there on Padraig Taylor, and all of a sudden it's an opportunity now for Broadford to register a score.
Yeah, look, at Broadford seemed to, maybe went a bit too defensive there after half time. The Mills have an extra man back there now. I presume Broadford started by bringing in a man back, but they just can't get the ball up then when they play it up. The Mills seem to be sweeping it up. Pat Donlan has got on 3 or 4 balls since half time, and they're playing a lot of ball up to Gary Cooney. Now the Mills or Broadford have made a switch there.
Diarmuid Maloney with the free, straight and through, from about 60 yards out. And now we're 2-8 to 13 points with 12 minutes on the clock. Killian Nugent again looking for that long puck out, telling his forwards to push in towards the 21. And down he comes, down the centre, straight down as far as Sean Cotter and Owen Donlan. Donlan breaks it, out it comes as far as the Broadford half back line. Worked out there as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan looks for the crossfield ball over as far as Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor with the possession, tries a delivery straight down on top of the hands of Sean O'Gorman or Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan O'Gorman coming out with the ball. Still in possession. Aidan swivels, turns, puts it into Gary Cooney's corner, and it's Gary that's coming out again. Out in front, Gary wins the ball, gets his turn, doesn't get his shot off. Hand is up again, advantage been played. And although maybe he's not registering in terms of from play at the moment, Fergal, but he definitely is doing a lot of damage inside that corner.
A couple of great frees won there, and Broadford had made that switch just as we mentioned earlier on. So luckily it wasn't the cornerback on the yellow. So he's winning the ball well, but good ball put up to him there by O'Gorman. But he's winning the ball now and taking them on, and they seem to have to foul him every time. So even though they're doubling up on him there, he's still doing very well, Gary Cooney.
So Jacob Lucknan stands over his free with an opportunity now to extend the Mills' lead in this second half, as we're just 13 and a quarter minutes played. Jacob takes his opportunity well straight over the bar, and now we're 2-9, 15 points to Broadford 0-13, and puck out taken quick again as far as Darren Chaplin. Darren wins the ball. He's looking over for his far over cornerback, which is Keane Mulqueen. Keane picks up possession. Keane is charging forward with the ball, delivers it there as far as Sean Phelan. Sean Phelan with the overlap, plays it there as far as Keane or Davy Boland. Davy Boland with possession, plays it again back as far as Boland again. The shot comes off. It's going to hold up there. Is it going to? No, it's going to go all the way. It's going to go wide.
Just a pity there, because that was a brilliant move all the way up from the goalkeeper, right up, 5 or 6 players involved. Just maybe snatched at it a bit at the end there, but a great move by Broadford. But we haven't seen enough of that for them in the second half.
Number 18, Craig Chaplin, is heading towards the full forward spot at the moment for Broadford. We're just waiting to see who is the player that's going to make way. So he's gone in to take his place on Conor Cooney inside full forward, and coming off the team is number 22, which was Paul Maloney. Paul, who got his starting position when Stefan didn't start earlier on. So long puck out again and long ball down. It breaks inside the 21, but the only one there is Dara Whelan. Dara plays it out. It's lovely ball out as far as the midfield, and Broadford carrying that ball up the wing, looking for movement ahead all the time, looking for that movement. The ball breaks again. It breaks as far as Mark Maloney. Mark Mark, who was just introduced there a second ago as well. Not sure who Mark came on for, but he seems to have come on at the same time as Cathal Chaplin came on, or Craig Chaplin came on, into around the middle of the field for Broadford. Line ball taken now inside towards the full forward. First opportunity for Craig Chaplin, but he's swarmed out of it, and Connor has the ball. He looks up. Conor Cooney delivers a long ball down the wing. He's looking for his runners to come out in front of him. His runners show up, and it's now in possession. Coming in the wing, all the space in the world ahead. No one coming towards him. One look at the post, made the angle, straight over the bar.
Yeah, that's young Murphy there. I think he got it. Very impressive underage hurler, this guy. A really good score, tapped it off the ground, held his composure, and a great finish.
Yeah, and as we stop now for the water break, we might just reflect maybe on the last 15 minutes or so. It's now 2-10, I suppose, 13 points. It's 16 points to 13. The Mills are gradually taking control in a way.
Yeah, look at it, 2 points down at half time, but they've turned that over very quickly. The goal obviously was a big score. As we said earlier on, a goal was going to be a big score in the context of this match. Great run in. And hand passed inside and finished well, but I think Broadford just seem to have lost their way a bit, but a lot of that is down to the Mills. Intensity levels have definitely increased in the second half. They're turning over possession a lot. They're a big strong physical team, I'd say stronger physically than Broadford, and I suppose working the ball out takes its toll when you're getting hit hard, and I think that certainly has something to do with it.
And we'll I suppose just looking, even you mentioned Cormac Murphy, obviously only a minor last year at 17, just turned 18, but a lot of glimpses for the potential that he has for the future.
Yeah, that was a beautiful score. He was very unlucky there just before half time, got on a lovely ball and just tailed wide at the end, but that, I think if they get enough ball into him and Gary Cooney now, and Cotter inside, and Fall is doing very well in the half forward line, the signs are good for the Mills now. Pat Donlan, I'm very impressed with him in the second half. He's got on a lot of ball. I suppose Dermot O'Brien, not as influential, had to go off there for a blood injury. I think definitely not as influential as he was in the second half. Got on a bit of ball after half time, but very, very important for the Mills. Aidan O'Gorman has settled into the game and is getting on more ball now than he had been.
And I suppose it's very obvious with the conditions that are here, the difference in strategy for puckouts for the Mills. They nearly went to either Jerry Cooney or even Mike Cotter in either corner with the majority of their puckouts in the first half, where now Killian Nugent is telling his full forward line to get in as deep as possible, and he's trying to hit the full forward nearly with every single one of them.
Yeah, look, it's a strategy the old-fashioned way. It definitely pays off at times, breaking ball here. It's very hard to defend the ball when it's coming from 100 yards down the field. Forward line has just to hold it up, and there's runners coming then. So look, it's an old-fashioned tactic, but with a breeze of this strength, it certainly is worthwhile when you have a goalie like Nugent that could put it down that far.
So the Mills are just taking their places again. Broadford just out onto the field, and we're going to start again with a puck out here at the far side as we wait for them all to take their positions. We're just waiting to see if there's any changes. There doesn't look to be any changes from what went off for the water break, so we're going to start with Cian O'Brien as the ball in his hand, waiting for the signal. Here it comes. Quick puck out now as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy has the ball. He's going to play it cross field over as far as Cian Mulqueen. Cian has possession now. He plays it down to the far wing. Underneath it there is for Niall Donovan for the Mills. Niall broke it down. Ball breaks down there as far as Davy Boland. Davy Boland has possession. Davy looking for that offload again. Finds his offload in the figure of Padraig Taylor. Padraig Taylor plays it over here towards the centre. But again, the Mills are first to react to that breaking ball. Playing it in here towards the corner. And Sean Cotter coming out in front of Owen Donlan this time. Owen gets a flick on the ball. Down over it, good and strong. Can he get possession? No. Jacob Lugnan gets his hurley in. Sean Cotter kicks it forward. Ball is gone out over the sideline. Line ball to come, and it'll be a line ball out for Broadford. So putting it down now is Cathal Chaplin. Cathal just waiting as Sean Cotter walks out of the way. But we do have a substitute coming on. It's number 28. It's down in the programme as Padraig Hickey. It's definitely not Padraig Hickey, Fergal. But here it comes. It actually looks like Dermot Whelan possibly. But Cathal Chaplin has the line ball. Cathal is going to take a look, see for a bit of movement, and here we go. Crossfield ball, over it goes as far as Taylor. Taylor, if he can win it, but the ball is broken out again by that Mills half-back line, and ball breaks free. A good flick now all of a sudden from Mike Cotter. Mike has the ball out it comes, ball dropped by Darren Chaplin, free out one, and he's waiting for that quick opportunity, looking for movement, but big change in terms of the pick up here on Padraig Taylor. Padraig gets himself inside the 65, looks for that short ball in as far as the substitute there that has just come on, puts the ball back into the hurley. Ball is broken down inside around 3-4 Mills players, try to get her around it, still on the ground. Ball is travelled back out, it's going to come out as far as Diarmuid. Diarmuid's going to have a shot, is it going to hold? It is, it looks like straight over, a great score.
Yeah, look, he's when he gets the ball in his hand, he knows where the posts are. But I think Broadford need to get Stefan McMahon into the game a bit more. Got a great point a while ago, but I think they're not using him maybe enough as much as they should.
Long puck out again from Killian Nugent, down inside the 45, it's heading towards the 21. Cormac Murphy trying to win it, but instead it's Keane. Keane is there, he gets a free out, pulled on the ground. He letting the sub in, but I think Niall might be having second thoughts about whether this is going to be a free. Pushing the player after the ball, and possibly we could be looking at a throw in for
I think so, and if it is, it's a foolish thing to do when you're under pressure. No, I think he's going to let the free.
So Niall just went in for a look as he has a quick look back at Chris Maguire, the linesman on the far side. The ball is put down now by Cahill Chaplin. Cahill is being told to wait until everybody is off the field. We're looking again, but I suppose it's obvious in a degree from the Broadford point of view, from the line ball plus the free that's here, that they're very static in terms of the frees, and they're not making moves that they were in the first half.
Yeah, for some reason it seems to have dried up for them, all that movement in the first half. But the Mills definitely have increased the intensity levels.
So back we come now with Brian, and Brian has the ball in his hand. He's breaking up the field, looking for that crossfield ball towards Gary Cooney. Gary comes out to try and get it first, but instead it's Paddy Donlan. Paddy kicks the ball out in front. Ball breaks here now, and Paddy Donlan gets the hurley in. Paddy flicks it forward again. He was trying to get it there as far as Aidan Fall, but gets caught for a push as the ball broke away, and Broadford will have an opportunity now to set up a score.
Yeah, good defending there by young Paddy Donlan on Gary Cooney. So I think that's a good move. He's a young player, but really tackled well without foul and got the ball away out of the danger area.
So Cahill Chaplin is standing over this long free here, just outside the midfield line. He strikes it from midfield. It will have the distance. It looks like it has the accuracy. Good score for into the conditions.
Brilliant strike. He's a real good striker, this guy, and into a strong breeze, really cut it into the breeze, and vital score now, and it's game on now, only a point in it.
Yeah, 22 and a half minutes just played, 2-10 to 15 points to the score. Long puck out from Killian Nugent, down the top to the 21. Ball is breaking towards Gary Cooney. Gary tried to get it, but Cahill Chaplin flicks it out of his hand. Cahill plays it down the wing, and who's going to be a race for possession now between the two sides. Breaks again as far as Stefan McMahon. Stefan has it in his hand, takes on Paddy Donlan down the wing. Stefan is looking ahead, plays a crossfield ball over there as far as Shane Taylor. Shane has the ball in his hand, turning inside, trying to develop that score. Passes it back out as far as Padraig Taylor. Padraig gets blocked down. Great defence by the Mills again as they try to win possession back. Ball is on the ground there to be won by anybody, flicked out towards the wings, and all of a sudden it's the Mills half back line again. They're looking ahead. Long clearance down there, I think, by Conor Cooney, getting that ball down as far as their half forward line. Cormac Murphy was trying to win it. Cormac still battling for the ball as he's looking for it at the moment, but instead it's Broadford to come out with it. Great ball there now as far as there's going to be a half hit, but will a break for Stefan McMahon? No, instead it's it's Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan brings it. Aidan has the shot. He's half hooked, but will it stop it? It won't. It'll have the distance, have the accuracy. A great score from centre back Aidan O'Gorman.
Just a miss hit there by O'Brien, and punished well by O'Gorman. Great score because he could have been hooked himself, but a good strike.
So quick puck out there now as far as Paddy Donlan. Paddy back in the corner watching Gary Cooney for this last period of the game. Ball down the centre as far as Craig Chaplin. Craig wins possession. He puts it inside in the front of Conor Cooney, coming out from full back again. Conor has possession as he comes through. Stefan tries to get there, but instead it breaks as far as Taylor. Taylor has the ball, works it out, but gives it to Brian Donlan instead. Brian with the interception on his own 65. Fancied his chances from that distance. In it goes. It breaks inside. Owen Donlan batting that ball down. Breaks as far as Davy Boland. Davy Boland carrying the ball out, and here comes Cahill Chaplin with the ball. Cahill, ball flicked away again. There it is as far as Diarmuid O'Brien. Diarmuid works it over here as far as Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid Maloney dispossessed. Jacob Lucknan in possession. Jacob trying to win that ball again, and all of a sudden ball breaks on the ground. Broadford have it. Here they go, trying to engineer that score. Its shot is off. Is it going to hold? It looks like it is. Going to go all the way over the bar and into that conditions again. Fergal, a good strike.
A really good strike, and there was a man outside him. If he didn't score it, he'd have heard about it. But really good strike, well worked again. You know, and they had a great opportunity there a few minutes ago, but a good block down by the Mills. Stefan McMahon has come out the field now and getting on a lot of ball.
So here we are again, just 25 minutes played, 2-11 now to 16 points. Ball breaks as far as Darren Chaplin. Darren has possession. He works it there as far as Davy Boland again. Davy puts the ball in, cross field, but coming over, looks like O'Gorman comes, picks up the ball. Going to be a free advantage being played. Play on, says Niall Malone. No advantage accrued from the clearance, and back we go for the free.
Yeah, look at it. O'Gorman has really settled into the second half. He's mopping up a lot of ball there, but maybe use of possession not as good for Broadford in the second half. They're not finding their men as much as they were in the first half.
So Mike McGrath, number 18 there for the Mills. Mike is making his introduction, and we're just waiting to see who is making way. It's going to be restarted with a free for Paddy Donlan. Anyway, Mike is in, and Paddy's looking ahead, waiting for movement. Niall Malone says, on we go, everybody's off the field, they shouldn't be on it. Free comes in, just breaks in behind the Broadford half back line, but they pick it up again. Bad clearance as far as Cormac Murphy. Cormac gets the ball, looks like it's travelling straight over the black spot, and a good score again from the young player.
Yeah, this player looks a classy player. Lovely score. He's a nephew of Michael Murphy from Tulla, who captained Tulla there 2007 to win the county championship, but he looks like a real good player.
Oh, ball breaks out again, well caught here again by Conor Henry. Conor gets the ball in as far as that man Cooney. That man Cooney has got another advantage played. Going to be another free in and an opportunity now for the Mills to extend the lead, currently standing at 2-12 to 16 points, 26 maybe near just under 27 minutes played. So a good opportunity. Now someone is after saying something to Niall Malone, and it looks like he's going to even bring it in further. Yeah. Easier chance now for Jacob to extend the lead.
Yeah, look, that's just unfortunate now for Broadford. It seems to be slipping from them. The Mills half back line have really come into the game in the second half. Gary Cooney, while he's not scoring a whole pile, he's winning a lot of frees. You know, he's 3-4 frees won there in the second half, and you know, when Broadford really get up tight on him and don't foul him, they seem to be able to handle him, but just panicking a bit there at times.
So here's Jacob Lucknan standing over another opportunity for O'Callaghan's Mills, and we watch him bend, lift and strike. Ball travels straight through the posts, and now it extends their lead 2-13 to 16 points. A 3-point lead, 27 minutes gone on the clock, and Broadford start their next attack. Out it comes here as far as Cahill Chaplin. Cahill takes possession in his hand, looks in, tries to deliver that ball in front, and it's one inside. Ball worked back out as far as Stefan, but he's unable to hold on to it. Wins it again, puts it inside. There it is for Taylor. Pass just behind, allowing 3 Mills players to swarm, but well retained possession by Broadford. Over it goes as far as Padraig Taylor. Padraig has possession. He's looking to recycle it back outside. Ball in the hand, scoring opportunity there. But it has gone to the wise. I thought maybe it hit Killian Nugent's, but the umpire said no, it must have been the goalpost.
Yeah, it looked like 65 from here, but obviously it hit the goalpost. But again, well worked by Broadford, but the end product just not coming up to the mark.
So Killian Nugent now standing with the ball in his hand again. He's looking down for movement. He's looking down towards Jacob Lucknan's wing. Will he come down here? Here it goes. It's going to go over Jacob, I'd say. It will indeed. Batted out by Paddy Donlan, but the ball broke to that man Cormac Murphy. Cormac flicked it in, but Paddy retrieves possession again. Paddy's breaking forward, looking for movement ahead of him. Puts the ball in towards Connor. Inside there now again is Shane Taylor, but Shane is 2-1 when the ball goes in, but he's done well to win a free. An opportunity for Broadford to pull back another score and bring it back to 2 points.
Yeah, won a good free there. Broadford just have been caught in possession coming out of defence, but a lot of that has been down to good pressure by the Mills. That last point young Murphy got, it was a silly mistake by Broadford, and they were made pay the price. But look, they'll be back within 2 points now, but the clock it might beat them in the end, I think, here.
But again, we probably have at least 3 to 4 minutes to play, because the water break would have taken up that even without injuries. So Broadford standing over it. I'd expect him to tap this ball over the bar. There will be an opportunity for more scores. So He looks, strikes, takes his point, and just as we hit 29:45, we're back to a 2-point game, and Broadford will be hoping to win this puck out and go with another attack. So Killian Nugent takes his time, hands on the hips, looking down the field. Killian is in no hurry whatsoever to strike the ball. He's still got the hands on the hips as he waits. Now he begins his run up, and he goes as long as he can down the wing, looking down there for Cormac Murphy. Goes out over Cormac's head, and the ball might travel even all the way out over the sideline. It does indeed. It's a Broadford sideline ball, but the Mills won't mind that because it'll waste up a few more seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, that's where you want to be playing the game in the opposition half at this stage. But interesting there, Broadford. I think that was their first close-in free, as far as I can remember in the match. So good discipline on the Mills' behalf there. They kept the free count down. But I suppose the Broadford all through the game haven't had enough of play inside in the full forward line. They haven't been playing. There's no danger of a goal. They haven't created any goal chance, and hence they haven't been maybe running at the defence as much. And when you're not winning frees, it's a lot of down to yourself that you're not running at defences.
So Sean Phelan gets us back underway. The ball is played through now as far as Davy Boland. Davy trying to win possession, it is actually Dermot O'Brien. Dermot trying to win possession, but it breaks to Jacob Lucknan instead. Jacob gets his strike off, but it's not on target, and it's just drifted again to wide. And I think, judging by both halves, Fergal, it's fair to say the wind is playing a factor in shots from distance at this stage.
Definitely, it's a tricky breeze. It's kind of a cross-field. While it's favouring the Mills, there's a cross-field element to it as well.
So Owen Donlan launches the next attack, driving it down there into the half-forward line for Broadford, but coming out to win it is Shane Taylor. Shane has possessions. He looks up, he flicks the ball outside. Opportunity is not taken. A great opportunity for a score, Fergal, that's going to beg it.
You have to be taking those. Great flick out by Shane Taylor, but that's one that could prove costly, I think.
And that would have been an opportunity to bring it back to a 1-point game. That 2-point cushion still sitting with the Mills now as Killian Nugent pucks the ball down long. Killian is looking for Gary Cooney under this one, but instead it's Paddy Donlan came out. Paddy pushed in the back by Gary this time, and an opportunity for Cathal Chaplin to get the ball down to the other end of the field and hope to engineer a score.
Yeah, young Paddy Donlan, look at he's a young player, defended that very well, but he's been very impressive all through, and he's gone over marking Gary Cooney there.
So Gary walks across the ball, delays the free being taken quick, and Niall Malone says bring the ball forward, which gives Cathal Chaplin an opportunity to put it in around the house. Ball breaks inside around the square, but there again is Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan gets the touch on it. Aidan breaks it out as far as his half back line, but instead it's Jerry Cooney. Jerry gets it out. Ball down the wing looking for Gary now. Gary is down here, lets the ball beat himself, and instead it's Owen Donlan, Owen the full back, under pressure from Sean Carter. He works it out here now as far as Paddy. Paddy has the ball, he looks for Cathal Chaplin. Cathal just delivers it straight. Did no look though, ball comes into the centre. 2 Mills players waiting, and all of a sudden it's the Mills defence that get to relieve the clearance here. So there's Niall Donovan. Niall Donovan puts the ball in, beats the lads inside, but is there a goal opportunity going to present itself? This could be it. Oh, great save by Keane O'Brien, and Keane gets back, reacts quickly, wins possessions and put it out, but that was a great opportunity to finish the game.
Yeah, you'd have put your money on Gary Cooney to score that. Poor enough shot, good save, but he should have scored it really.
So the ball travels down again into the far down corner, but again it's the Mills players that are lining up to take possession. Standing on the 45, looks up, delivers it long, looking for Cooney again. Cooney gets up in front of Donlan. He gets it taken off him, but the ball is still in the danger area. Paddy Donlan trying to win possession, but instead it's actually the two Brian Donlan was trying to win possession. Paddy Donlan came in to take it off him. Brian fouls him, and a small bit of what would you say? A small bit of handbags afterwards, and we'll get going again.
Could count themselves unlucky not to get a free there. He didn't see the first free. There was definite free in there, I felt, but Broadford got the free out, so this is probably their last opportunity to get the ball upfield.
Yeah, 34 minutes gone on the clock now at the moment. Niall Malone, the referee, just waiting for Angus O'Brien to come off the field before he'll restart it. And Owen Donlan is standing over the free, and surprisingly he's going to call Keane out now to take Keane O'Brien to take the free, which will delay it even further. And Keane is looking for the short one. Paddy Donlan there calling him there. Paddy has the ball, but Paddy gets hooked. A great hook inside by Sean Cotter, and the delivery is delayed again a bit further. The ball is turned over 3-1, but Niall Malone says the turned over illegally. Darren Chaplin goes to take the free. He takes it, puts it in as far as the 21. In underneath it, a big crowd. I'd say all 12 are inside, 6 and 6. The ball breaks out. Broadford have possession. It's going to be a free in, and this could be their opportunity to have a go.
Yeah, this could be one for Cathal Chaplin. Great belt to a ball, and he scored in these type of situations before. But they were never going to score a goal in that situation. Too many bodies up there.
So we're just gone over the 35 minutes now played. 2:13 for the Mills, 19 points, 17 points for Broadford. You can feel there's much left, so if he goes for it here, it could be an opportunity to win the game for Broadford. But we're just waiting to see. It is indeed your Cathal Chaplin is putting the ball down just kind of halfway inside the D. He'll carry it as far as the 21, and he'll have one opportunity to win it.
Yeah, he's into the breeze, that's the only thing, but he has a great slap of the ball. As I said, he scored ones like these before, so we'll wait and see. He's facing a good goalie though.
Oh, the ball has been brought even on further, so it's going to be put up onto the 21 metre line because of the fact that the Mills lads wouldn't.
It's the same.
The Mills lads wouldn't allow the free to be taken. They kept impinging inside the semicircle, and Niall Malone has told Cathal Chaplin he can move the ball in if he wishes, but Cathal has left it back outside. He's going to take a run up for this strike. This is his opportunity for Broadford. We're just now, we're even gone over 36 minutes played, so you'd have to think this will be the last shot of the game. Niall gives him the go ahead when he's ready, so we'll stand back and we watch as Cathal goes. He lifts. There's the strike. What way is it going? It's saved by Killian Nugent. Out it goes to the safety of the O'Callaghan's Mills defence. And Niall Malone has blown the full-time whistle. Final score here, 2:13 for the Mills, 17 points for Broadford, a 2-point win for O'Callaghan's Mills, Fergal, and they'll be delighted with that.
Yeah, look, it could have gone either way. Great shot there, but a good save. But the breeze certainly wouldn't have helped him. Good lively game, good open game, a lot of good hurling, and I suppose Broadford played very well in the first step, but that lead was never going to be enough. They should have been more up at half time. Missed 3 great opportunities, one after the other, after the water break in the first half, and that came back to haunt them really. And as I said, they didn't create enough goal chances. Mills got 2 goals, and that was the difference in the end.
Yeah, I suppose we spoke at half time about the fact that there was only 2 points in it, and that with the breeze at the back was always unlikely to be enough unless Broadford could register a good score in the second half, which as it proved, especially with the decisive goals which the Mills got, that they hadn't enough done in the first half with the breeze at their back in order to pull off the result.
Yeah, that was it really, and definitely the Mills came with more intensity and more intent there in the second half, tackled more. Broadford were able to spray the ball around very easily there in the first half, a lot of it uncontested, but the Mills seemed to bring more effort to it in the second half and didn't allow them build that platform. They got on top of them, and then the goal was a crucial score, and they turned them over a few times. Gary Cooney won a lot of frees there. They had a big bearing on the game as well.
I suppose just before we hand over to pitch side, there's a lot being said, I suppose, about these first round games and the fact that everybody is still in the hat for the second round afterwards. But I suppose as a manager of a club team yourself, what were your feelings coming into it? And you're obviously in the winner's side of the draw now for the next day, but what way would you have approached or treated it?
We went out obviously to try and win the game, but there's no great advantage either for winning or losing, depending, the draw is everything now on Monday night. But I've been only at our game last night and this game here today. Intensity levels are still high. It's a championship at the end of the day, and fellas haven't played for so long, they're mad for a game. So look at this game, you can see the reaction there in the Mills players when they won it. It meant something to them. So it's a difficult situation for the county board to try and come up with a formula. It is what it is now, and I suppose it's from here on in the thing gets very serious with the knockout element.
Thank you again. Thank you to Sean and to Fergal for
and Patrick Kelly again to review the match. So over to you, Michael.
The third game of 5 live games are going to be played here in Cusack Park over the weekend on Clare GATV. And then Joe, I suppose we might as well talk to you first. Your county board chairman, you even had to go down a few times to tell Donald you gave him a few words of advice. I know, sir. What did you make? You did say at half time that the Mills would have to up their game considerably. What did you think it went for them?
Look, it was a fantastic second half. Both teams fought it out to the very end. It was a great game of hurling, in fairness. Second half, some fantastic hurling. I I suppose the Mills just got ahead at the right time coming into the last 10 minutes, but Broadford can be very proud of what they've achieved here today. They've come up from the intermediate levels. They really have put it up to the Mills today, and it was a game that could have gone either way to the very end. In the last puck of the ball, if it had gone in, Broadford would end up winning the game. So that'll tell you my cloud close, hard fought, determination and will to win. It was, as I say, both teams wanted to win today's game, neighbouring clubs, but again Broadford can be very proud of their achievements, and also the Mills can be proud, not being in the game in the first half, but came back well in the second half to finally get the result at the very end.
Patrick, tell us, what did the Mills do to win this game?
I think they shut up shop at the back. Paddy Donlan came roaring into the game, got on top there in the half back line himself and Fall. I suppose the main point for the Mills at half time was not conceding a goal, and that's one thing they didn't. They knew they had the breeze, they could shoot from range, and they got their main man on the ball inside, which was Gary. Gary got 2 or 3 points, 4 scoreable frees, which look Nance will score them frees all day, and other lads chipped in as well. So the Mills really came to the fore in the second half. I know myself and Joe were saying that the breeze would win no game for any team ever, but it didn't. It's just the Mills, Donald and the management team had a few probably choice words. We could hear them there at half time, and the Mills came roaring into the game in the second half, and they were probably deserved winners, even though there was a bit of excitement at the end. But look, I think the Mills just about shaded it overall.
I suppose introduction to of Cormac Murphy, a county minor from last year in 18 Road, he got 2 good points.
Yeah, he got a real great score there just before the water break. Did a lovely little bounce off the ground. A young lad. The Mills seem to be producing these lads. They got a great goal as well, timely goal in the second half. Fall ran through and laid off a great ball to Cotter. So they've plenty good up and coming hurlers in the Mills, and they'll be happy with being on the winner side of the draw and getting obviously the bragging rights down on East Clare way this evening.
As you said, we had mentioned too that Jacob Nan hadn't done much in the first half, but he did come into the game outside of his frees. He hit 1 or 2 very important scores and was a driver.
Yeah, the big puck outs were coming from Nugent. He's a great strike of ball, and down on top of Jacob, down on top of Brian Dullan and Fall, and they were breaking the ball for the likes of Gary and the other lady forwards, Cotter. And look, the Mills, Broadford were kind of playing a short game from the back. They were playing the ball out. They played it well to a point, but I suppose they didn't really get Stefan McMahon on the ball as much as they'd like to. But that was down to the Mills really shutting up shop at the back. Conor Cooney was in control of things. Paddy Donlan was sitting back and really came into the game, and Fall really came into the game as well. So look, they had their homework done at half time and they got a spot on the line.
I suppose the fact that Broadford couldn't start Stefan McMahon, especially when they had the breeze. I know he came on just before early in the game, but the fact that he couldn't start the game probably had an impact on them their scoring power, especially in the first half when they were on top.
Yeah, but it was a strange one taking off Whelan. I'd maybe moved him out to wing or something. He's one of their marquee players as well. Donny Whelan, he was on fire there last year in the county final intermediate. But yeah, it just goes to show that both of these teams were taking it serious. If that, other teams would be saying if there was an injury out, they'd maybe leave him to the next round. But Stefan was sprung there after 20 minutes. Looked lively anytime he got on the ball, but didn't get on it as much as what Broadford would have liked. I'd be thinking. But sure, look, we'll see plenty more of him throughout the year, I'd say.
And Joe, I suppose as we keep commenting about the way the draw goes, Broadford have nothing to worry about now because they've got a serious game played in Cusack Park. They wanted to win. You could see that at the very end. This talk about dead rubbers wasn't the case here today. They needed to win. They were up from intermediate. They won't have any fear of anybody in the next round.
Broadford have an excellent panel, some great young players, as we're all well aware. They won the under-21B in the intermediate last year, and you don't win 2 championships like that in Clare in the 1 year without having a good pool of players. They have an awful lot of work done as underage, and I can tell you, Michael, whatever team draw Broadford in the next round of the Senior Hurling Championship, they'll earn it, the same as O'Callaghan's Mills earned it today. My belief is Broadford will be still thereabouts. They'll be hard to beat, as I said, and lost an awful lot of work done in the past as underage, and it will come to benefit from in the next round of the championship. Also the Mills, they're in the winner's pot, but again, they'll have to improve today. Improving today's performance. They did improve up it in the second half, but they'll definitely have to up it more for the next round of the championship if they're to continue in the championship. My belief is there is more independent players. Patrick said there's a lot of good young players there as well. The Mills won the under-21B, I'd say was it 3 years ago. They also won the under-21B. There'll be a lot of those players on the team today. So I think it's going to the bright future for both the Mills and Broadford, and I think myself both will be hard to beat in the next round, no matter who the opposition are.
And Patrick, I suppose, was there any key moment, if you can think back over the game, that probably turned the game? As we said, Broadford started the game 5 points up before the Mills got a wind. Was there anything you could say turned that game against Broadford after the strong start?
I suppose the two key points were the two key elements that happened were the goals. Like the Mills probably got the goal against Tyrone play to keep them in it, and the second goal was obviously a killer blow for Broadford to concede. They would have been hoping to hold out with the bit or playing into the breeze, but once the Mills got that goal, you could see they were kind of in control. The bit of experience they have, like for being thereabouts the last few years, really told, and they won their frees, and as I said, they tightened it up at the back. And but look, Broadford will be learning, as Joe said, they're a new team coming up from intermediate. They're a young team, and they'll take a scalp yet in this championship when the draws are made on Monday night.
And just I suppose we looked at another game that was played earlier on today. Fecal beat their, I suppose, East Clare neighbours Whitegate by 4 or 5 points. That's a nice win for Fecal after coming up, and now they're holding their own in senior hurling again. And for Whitegate, again, this year's different, Joe. I suppose the teams that might be nervous of a relegation battle don't have to worry about it because they're safe for the year and they have a chance to build. Whitegate shouldn't be too worried about having lost that match. That would have been a tight game down the bridge. They wouldn't mind taking on the Mills now in the next round.
Oh, they definitely wouldn't. Whitegate never minded taking on the Mills. But going back to Fetal have a great panel of players. They have a very good underage system in Fetal as well. And as we're all well aware, they were very hard luck against Paddy's club, Einik in the morning last year below on the bridge. And win takes the time into the game. Fetal probably said to themselves they probably should have won it. They were missing Martin Daly that evening, who was one of their strong forwards. So Fetal will be a force in this championship. And my belief is all the teams that's left in the championship, and that's the 16 teams as we all know will be in the championship after this weekend, they'll all be a force. They're all good strong panel of players, and any of those teams, they'll be Whitegate or they'll be Broadford, they'll be hard to beat in the next round, because we all know it's do or die in the next round. I think this is really, you could say round 1, but round 2 is the knockout round of the championship, and you can be sure no team will go easily in round 2 without putting up a good fight. So after the draws on Monday night, that'll probably have a big bearing on things, but my belief is no matter what way the draw is going, you'll have a fantastic second round of championship in both intermediate and senior, and also in the junior, and we've a feast of hurling, and as I've said earlier on, hopefully we'll have bigger crowds and we'll be able to allow crowds into them games, because it's disappointing for supporters the way the Mills and Broadford supporters have enjoyed here today, the way the Oak and the Bridge supporters have enjoyed it, also the matches played yesterday evening, but unfortunately those are the times we're in. Hopefully things will improve, and hopefully we'll have the crowds back in for the hopefully the knockout stage, which is the next round of the championship, but we have to only wait and see on that, Michael.
Okay. Again, thanks to Joe and thanks to Patrick. We'll be back again here at 7 o'clock for the Kilmaley-Cratloe game here, but we'll let you go here on a final score of round 1 championship. O'Callaghan's Mills 213, Broadford 17 points. Thank you very much.
We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30, and just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact. Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year, and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30, and just to let you know here in Hermitage in Ennis. Call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact. Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30, just to let you know here in Hermitage in Ennis. Call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact.